Hey there, nostalgia lovers, and welcome back to Forgotten Innovations. Remember those Christmas mornings where the hottest toy was all that mattered? Today, we're diving into the holiday shopping frenzies of the 80s and 90s, when parents turned into, well, let's just say their competitive side really came out. From Cabbage Patch brawls to Tickle Me tussles, these crazes were more than just shopping trips. They were cultural moments. So buckle up, grab some eggnog, and get ready to relive the wild ride of 5 Christmas gifts that sparked nationwide panic buying. Picture this, 1983. Shoulder pads were in, leg warmers were everything, and the hottest toy on the planet was a Cabbage Patch Kid. These weren't your average dolls. Each one was unique, with its own birth certificate and adoption papers. People waited in line for hours, sometimes even days, just for a chance to snag one. Stores had to implement lottery systems. News footage from that year shows packed stores, frantic shoppers, and even a few, let's call them, disagreements over who got the last Cabbage Patch Kid. They called it Cabbage Patch hysteria, and believe me, the struggle was real. In a world of mass production, these dolls were like snowflakes. No two were alike. If you were lucky enough to find a Cabbage Patch Kid under your tree that year, consider yourself very, very lucky. You were part of a moment in history, a time when a simple doll sparked a nationwide frenzy. But hey, the Cabbage Patch Kids were just the beginning. Up next, we're going digital with a gadget that changed gaming forever. Hold on to your Santa hats, because in 1989, Nintendo dropped a bomb on the holiday season with the Game Boy. This wasn't just some passing fad, this was the birth of handheld gaming as we know it. Tetris, Super Mario Land, these games were going mobile, and the world was hooked. The Game Boy was sleek, affordable, and the must-have gift that year. Parents were suddenly thrust into a world of pixelated plumbers and falling blocks. Lines snaked around stores. Stock rooms were emptied faster than you could say game over, and the frenzy was on. Newspapers ran stories of parents driving for hours, scouring every store in a 100-mile radius, just for a chance to score a Game Boy. The Game Boy wasn't just a toy, it was a cultural earthquake. It redefined how and where we play games, and its impact is still felt today. Up next, we're tackling a furry red monster who tickled his way into our hearts, and sent parents into a shopping frenzy. Fast forward to 1996, the Macarena was sweeping the nation, Titanic was breaking box office records, and a certain giggling, shaking red monster was about to turn the holiday season upside down. Enter Tickle Me Elmo. This wasn't just any Elmo, this was Elmo on overdrive. You tickled him, he laughed. He shook. Kids were hooked. The problem? No one anticipated just how big this furry red monster would become. Stores were overrun, shelves emptied in the blink of an eye. News reports showed parents not exactly channeling their inner zen. Elmo's price tag skyrocketed, with some parents shelling out hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Tickle Me Elmo was a perfect storm of marketing genius and holiday hysteria. But as we all know, what goes up must come down. The craze eventually subsided. Up next, we're diving into the world of Beanie Babies, those adorable plush toys that sparked a collecting frenzy like no other. Hold on to your beanbag chairs, because the 1990s belonged to Beanie Babies. These weren't just cuddly companions, they were collectibles, status symbols, and for some, a glimpse into a future funded entirely by plush penguins and tie-dyed bears. Ty Warner, the mastermind behind Beanie Babies, was a marketing genius. He understood the power of scarcity, so he retired certain Beanie Babies, creating instant collector's items. People weren't just buying them for their kids. They were buying them as investments, convinced these bean-filled creatures were the key to early retirement. Lines stretched for blocks. Parents camped out overnight, all for a shot at the latest Beanie Baby drop. Trading became serious business, with rare beanies fetching astronomical prices on the secondary market. The Beanie Baby craze was a fascinating social experiment. Of course, like all good things, the Beanie Baby bubble eventually burst. But our journey through toy-fueled pandemonium isn't over yet. Get ready to talk, because up next we're revisiting the Furby frenzy of 1998. 1998. Google was new, Britney Spears was rising, and a furry creature was about to take the world by storm. That's right, it's Furby time. This wasn't just a toy, it felt like a technological marvel. Furbies spoke Furbish and promised to learn and adapt to their owners. They were cute, creepy, and the hottest holiday commodity. Parents who survived the Beanie Baby craze faced a new challenge. Furbies were everywhere, or nowhere to be found on store shelves. Demand was high and supply didn't meet it. Stories of parents battling in toy aisles were common. The Furby frenzy showed our fascination with artificial intelligence. And there you have it, folks. Furby, the toy that defined 1998. Looking back, it's amazing how these toys and gadgets weren't just playthings. They were cultural moments, frozen in time. They remind us of the magic and, let's face it, the mild mayhem of the holiday season. So tell me, which of these Christmas crazes brings back the most memories for you? Did you brave the crowds for a Cabbage Patch Kid? Camp out for a Tickle Me Elmo? Let me know in the comments below. From all of us here at Forgotten Innovations, we wish you a happy, frenzy-free holiday season. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Until next time, stay nostalgic.